Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're in deep and dark December in Shropshire, but today's video is in actual fact an AV of our recent holiday that we had up in northwest Scotland, staying in Kinlochewe and doing some walks around in Torridon. Beautiful area for walking. The images that we've put together have all got information on settings, and they're all in sequential order as to where we took them, so I hope that gives you some idea of how we shot the images and where we were. The video that we've got coming out in February, the vlog, is in actual fact a walk that we did to Corrimacfarquhar in the Torridons, which takes us round to the back of Benay, which is an absolutely stunning walk. So I hope you enjoy the video today. Please give us a like and subscribe. And just before we go, we'd just like to say that we hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas, and from the two of us we wish you peace, good health and happiness for 2024. Never be afraid to take more than one image of where you're standing. Just have a look, walk around, take an image, walk around again, have a look, see if you can take something a little better than your last one. And in this case, I like both the images. And am I bothered that the tree breaks the skyline? Not at all. tree here taken by Sue, the first image here, again taken in colour, but she's thought about it and turned it into monochrome as well. I think both the images are really quite nice and stand alone, but together I think it really does make you think just a little bit more about your photography. And just a little bit further down the path, Sue saw this tree, which immediately she said to me, this is a monochrome image. She really liked the fence disappearing into the distance there, so she's put it into Photoshop, done a little bit of work, added that extra artistic little touch, which she's actually very good at. Driving back to our cottage from the walk we'd done just near Dundonnell, we just got out the car, stretched our legs, had a look, and Sue took this image looking across the bay. And then as we approached Gairloch, we were looking down upon Loch Marie. This is one of my very favourite views of the loch, and again, not much light about, but the landscape is just awesome. Why do we take photographs? Is it to please somebody else? Or is it just to capture the exhilaration that we feel when we see something wonderful happening in the landscape. Hopefully it's the latter, and we'll discuss this a little later in the video. As I was taking some pictures from the side of the path, I looked up and Sue was waving to me to come up and have a look at this, and she was so excited about seeing this beautiful silver birch here, and stood against the dark background of the pines. It really does stand out, and she took one and I took one, but then I walked around a little bit further and took it looking another way, and even though it gets a little lost in the landscape, the lighting on the hillsides and the mountains beyond was just absolutely epic, and just everything that you want as a landscape photographer. As we worked further along the path, we turned right and headed down to an extremely boggy area, and we crossed this not very safe bridge that was across the burn there, and the path was just so boggy, and really you had to watch every step you took where you were putting your feet. And we got further down, and the bridge that crossed back across the burn further down had actually collapsed, so we couldn't get across, so we had to turn round and retrace our steps, bog hopping once again. remembering the image that Sue took as we were driving back from Ullapool when we were going up over the pass and it was snowing. Again, it was an image that we'd never put into a competition, as this image here and a few of the ones further along here on this walk that we did along the shores of Loch Marie and under Sleoch. You take your photographs because you want to, not to please somebody else, but to please yourself. You need to have enjoyment in your photography and fulfillment that you're managing to capture what you want to, not what somebody else wants you to take, but what you want to look at and what you want to see. And then your photography will improve. If you're doing it for somebody else, it's a slow road to just getting bored with your photography, and in the end you just give up. You must have that desire, the urge to go out. If you're doing landscape photography, be outside, be in the landscape, and the pictures will come. As we walked along the path alongside Loch Marie, the autumn colours really were wonderfully spectacular, and we just couldn't help stop, take images, and Sue would take an image and I would take an image of the same subject matter, but each image is subtly different and we see things a little bit differently. And she would take pictures close up and I would take a picture, and then if you take a picture and you're not happy with it, you can always crop it down a little bit and take the sky out, as I have done with this image here, or better still, just walk back a few paces, tilt your camera down and put a lot more detail in the foreground. Just think about your photography, but just enjoy where you are, and it's just an amazing landscape to get lost in.